Everybody, welcome back. I have a bonus video for you with Mark and Shannon Baughman. They both run businesses, they're married, got kids. I want to know how the heck they keep it all together. So for those of you that maybe you're in that same exact situation, maybe you have some of those things going on, or even you think of your future self, or you know someone that you care about that is thinking about those things, hopefully this will help you stay burn-proof and enjoy.
I'm Mark Baughman. This is my wife, Shannon. You already heard her 3 keys to business success here a little bit earlier. But James asked us to both come in because we're both business owners. We both have kids, and obviously we're married.
I hope so.
So obviously, the easy answer to this is trying to do all 3 things. It's just hard. It's not easy.
Very hard.
It's something that you have to both, as a couple, really want. I've always been in business for myself. She has not. So when she wanted to really kind of start with this whole business entrepreneur thing, I'm sure she talked about it before. She started small, did some, sold candles, quickly became the #1 rep in the company, then sold the women's Lula Rove legging fad that they had for a while. And then she did very well with that. And then she came up with her idea now for selling children's clothes, which just took off. So I don't know, hon. I mean, when I come home from work, how do I act when I come home?
Stressed.
Exactly.
Very stressed. He goes to the fridge and he gets food and he's on the phone and he gets very snippy and he's stressed.
So I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that because it's tough. You own a business for yourself and you try your hardest to leave that business at the door when you come home at night with your family, but sometimes it's just impossible to do.
It doesn't happen.
I'll notice it with Shannon where she'll be sitting there typing an email and I'm trying to talk to her, the kids are trying to talk to her, and she's just zoned out. Like she has no idea what they're saying. And now I know all
Same
those
with
years,
you.
all those years,
I always say stuff.
that she's yelling at me about this and saying you're not paying attention, you're not listening.
Right.
It's all those years that she's telling me about that, and now I'm seeing it on her end of things too. So when you own a business together, or 2 separate businesses apart, and you have the kids and you're married, it's a tough thing to kind of work together. And I'd say one of the big things that you can do is kind of find a common goal, don't you think?
Yeah.
Like find something that both of you really can kind of dive into together and really enjoy doing. And I think with us,
I don't say we didn't dive in it together. But like your business is your business. I don't know his business. But like with my business, it wouldn't be where it is without you because you have your real estate company and you really are there to help me with the whole business end of it because he really does. He's like my financial advisor / I'm going to do your Facebook ads and your Google ads and all that stuff, and it wouldn't be where it is without that aspect of it. So I wouldn't say we do it together. Yours is kind of separate, but he does help me a lot with mine.
fair enough.
It's true.
No, it's true. It's
Okay.
true. So, I mean, then I guess the next thing, and James really kind of wanted us to kind of talk about this a little bit too, is, how do you bring the kids into everything? Like, how do you manage the time with the 2 of us together and then having the kids and make sure that they're getting enough time, that we're spending enough time with them too?
Right.
So, you're the mom. You answer that one.
Well, that part's, it's hard. Not only that, I'm homeschooling on top of all this, so I don't know. How would I say what I'm thinking, and I don't know how I want to say this with the kids. There's times where I feel like we're both kind of so into our business that I feel like we neglect the kids. Like we're not neglecting the kids, but they're benefiting from what we're doing. But it's hard. But like I can bring them into my work a little bit more because Aubrey and Aiden they'll help me do stuff around the warehouse and whatnot. They can't help you with your business. Besides taking paper off the printer, you know what I mean?
They take paper off the printer. They put my sold signs. I'm sure a lot of you have seen my kids, cute kids, putting sold signs on my listings.
Yeah.
That's fun. But what I was going to say was, I think you feel the same way about this. We hear our kids say a lot of times that, they get bored.
Well, yeah.
That they feel like, they're just kind of bored sometimes during the day because we're both doing our own thing and trying to engage them when we can, but they just get bored.
Yeah.
But this is the one big but about having your own business and both husband and wife having their own businesses. We get to do a lot more stuff with our kids too.
Oh yeah, we get to take days off and take them to the farm and the zoo, go vacations.
Exactly.
We work for ourselves, so our schedules are schedules. We make them.
Yep.
Which is nice.
So I think that's if you're trying to negotiate and navigate the world of husbands and wives owning their own businesses, you have to remember when you have kids that a lot of stuff revolves around them.
Oh yeah.
So if you can make that time, even if it's only 2 days a week, just to spend time with just them. Just like if you were on a normal 9 to 5 schedule and you had weekends off and you spend the days with your kids.
Right.
When you each own a business, you're not spending that time on the weekends necessarily with the
It's
kids.
all different.
But
It's whenever
maybe,
we can.
Yeah, maybe it's a Tuesday and a Friday or a Monday
Right.
and a Wednesday. So, and sometimes that's even better because the crowds are less. You can do more things with
Oh,
them.
yeah,
It's
definitely.
not kind of
During the week.
crazy as busy as on the weekend. But yeah, I mean, I think at the end of it, it's hard, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
No.
I enjoy doing this. I enjoy watching her success. I enjoy watching the sales in her company grow and how much she's grown as a person, learning about how to do things with business and deal with people. And it's a lot of fun. I think, there's times where we're butting heads and we're yelling and it
Lots
gets
of times.
tough. Lots of times where there's yelling, preceded by her having glasses and bottles of wine and me sitting in the back patio having a cigar and just kind of having our relaxation and sometimes you just kind of get that little bit of separation.
Yeah.
But during COVID, I'll say this, it was a lot tougher than it was before because I was home a lot
Well, you
more.
were home a lot.
Yeah.
But like I said, the warehouse was our saving grace because it was somewhere to go
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, you can
From
just
home.
kind of get away. So that's the other thing.
Yeah.
Find little bits of separation. So if it's, 2 separate offices in the house, not where you're right next to each other all the time, because that, I could see how that could get really on each other's
Yeah.
nerves.
Well, ours are next to each other at home, but we're not together all the time.
Exactly.
I try to go to the warehouse and do a lot, so I'm not in your space.
Exactly. And I think the other thing too is that we kind of had a common goal that we both, I've with my real estate business, I've always liked to give back, and then Shannon
Yes.
with Great Lakes Kids now doing the stuff with a special wish, giving back with that.
Yes.
So we were starting to really we're able to work together and really achieve that common goal of feeling like as a family
We can
we're
give
able
back.
to give back to people that maybe doing it individually we wouldn't be able to do.
No, absolutely not. I don't think so. I think us as a team doing our thing and giving back works very well.
Yep.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, and it's something that we like to show our kids too, and show them what things we're able to do and give back, and what it means to give back, which is really
Absolutely.
nice.
Yes.
Anything else you want to add about how awesome our relationship is, sitting at home together and screaming and yelling about our businesses?
I mean, I don't know. There's always something with our businesses. I mean, you're always on the phone with somebody having an issue, and I always have my face on my phone doing prints and emails and
Oh, that's the other thing. Totally forgot about that.
what?
Having to keep the kids quiet when you're on the phone.
Oh, that's fun.
That is a constant wrangling with the kids.
Yeah.
You're like, she's on the phone. I'm like grabbing the kids and trying to pull them into another room.
And he's
or-
on the phone, and I'm like, Daddy's on the phone.
Yeah, and you're trying to keep the kids away because it's you can't have the kids screaming in the background. At least now with COVID a little bit more, people have kind of come to expect that a little bit more because they know that you're working from
Accepting
home,
that
so
the
it's a
kids
little
are
bit
there.
easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think as a whole, it comes down to it's not easy.
No.
It's something that you have to both really want as a couple.
Yes.
It's something that both people have to really want to work for and strive for. But in the end, I couldn't imagine doing it any other way. I mean, I think we've
No, I love it.
done a pretty good job of negotiating and navigating the entire scheme of things here.
I mean,
For it.
yeah, kind
Kind of.
of.
If you could change one thing about me with work, what would it be?
Your stress level.
My stress level.
Yes.
Why?
I hate when you come home and you're always so stressed out and you're like up everybody's butt. It drives me nuts.
I can understand that.
And you know
Totally
that that's
get
true
that.
because I yell at you all the time.
Yes.
And
No,
then
that's
I walk
true.
away. I'm like, this is why I drink.
Yeah,
Done.
that's true. That's very true. And then, so, do I can say the same back about you?
Go for it.
Okay.
What do you not like?
The one thing
Oh,
that
boy.
drives me absolutely nuts. Hold on, I gotta think of it for a second.
What?
There really isn't. With you with
Oh,
work.
you're being nice.
Yeah, there really isn't. I mean,
Oh.
I know my
Dang.
faults. I know the faults that I have that you mentioned because that's the way it's always been.
That's
But
just who you are.
but you've been navigating everything with business so well that even when you get stressed out, you somehow manage to still keep the kids in line and take care of the house and do everything with the business. And I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed.
I think that's the first time he's ever said anything like that nice about it.
But no,
It's a lot,
true.
though. It's a lot.
lot.
It's a lot. Homeschooling and then designing and emailing and going to the warehouse and having employees. It's a lot.
So I guess
Go
to
with the
wrap it
flow.
up, marriage, kids, business. It's tough, but it's totally worth it.
If you want it, do it.
There you go, guys. Thanks for listening to us talk about our fun marriage and kids and business. And that's about it. Have a good one, guys. See ya.
Bye.